160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, also known as 160th SOAR, and the Nightstalkers are a special operations force that's part of the United States Army. They provide helicopter support for special operations forces, for mainly for the U.S. military, but also for other countries' militaries too. And they're known around the world as the best helicopter unit in the world. 160's mission capabilities include being able to provide ground support with attack helicopters, provide air assault capabilities, and deep reconnaissance capabilities. They're also known for being able to conduct missions at night in basically pitch black darkness. The Nightstalkers are famed for their ability to fly at very high speeds and at very low altitudes. This is a very difficult skill to learn just because of the danger that it poses to pilots, especially trying to fly at night. But 160th has more or less managed this skill and can do it consistently and have been doing it consistently for years. They're also known as a very rapidly deploying force. Despite being one of the most deployed units in the War on Terror since October 2001, the 160th sometimes is not given the due respect that at this point they've definitely earned, considering their pedigree of the missions that they've accomplished since their formation back in the 80s. Although they are not given the same recognition as other units in the special operations community, they've embraced their role and have gained a reputation as the quiet professionals. They seem to neither need nor want any recognition and instead only seek to complete their missions at all costs. They will work night and day to ensure that their missions never fail, and it shows like with their record compared to any other unit. 160th is comprised of a regiment headquarters, 4 battalions, and a dedicated training company. The regiment headquarters is co-located with the 1st and 2nd battalions and the 1st Operations Aviation Training Battalion at Fort Campbell. 3rd Battalion is located at Hunnard Army Airfield, Georgia, and 4th Battalion is located at Fort Lewis, Washington. The first of the 3 helicopters that 160th uses is the MH-6 Little Bird. This helicopter can be outfitted with rocket pods and dual miniguns. It is usually used for fast insertion missions because of its small size and quick maneuverability. Next is my favorite, the MH-60 Black Hawk. This helicopter is mainly used for troop transport and assault missions. It is outfitted with 2 miniguns on each side at the crew chief windows. This helicopter is probably the most used helicopter of the 3 and was the one they used during the Bin Laden raid. Last but not least is the MH-47 Chinook. This is the workhorse of 160th. It's outfitted with 2 miniguns on each side at the crew chief window, just like the Black Hawk, but this helicopter is much larger and is mainly used for transporting massive amounts of troops. The Nightstalkers are mostly made up of volunteers. Their training for enlisted soldiers can last up to 5 weeks, while the training for officers can last all the way up to 28 weeks. After this training is done, they are considered basic mission qualified and are sent to their first unit. Once a new Nightstalker has arrived at their unit, they can train for up to another 3 years until they're considered fully mission qualified, at which point they will be designated as capable of running missions downrange. After that, it can take up to another 3 years to become a flight lead and become like an operator on some of the most dangerous missions they have. The Nightstalkers were originally a detachment from the 101st Screaming Eagles unit from Fort Campbell, Kentucky. The U.S. military needed a highly skilled aviation unit because after Operation Enduring Freedom that resulted in 2 helicopters crashing and the death of multiple operators, it was clearly seen that our military needed a dedicated helicopter unit that could pull off these dangerous missions. The Nightstalkers gained their name because of their ability to perform nighttime missions. The Nightstalkers are more or less responsible for revamping the way that nighttime operations are done across the board for any helicopter unit, and they've set the standard across the world for all other units to aspire to when it comes to being able to perform under night vision goggles in some of the most dangerous missions ever. 160th has pretty much like redefined what it meant to be an aviation soldier in the military. They raised the bar across the whole field for everyone when it came to the proper way to conduct like aviation missions, and it shows because all units in the army and then like the military in general now base the way we do everything off of the way that they do it. 160th has